What's up, Sarasota? This week's guest is the owner of Grapevine Communication. I'm Rob. This is the Sarasota SpeaX Pre-Show, tailored by Tweeds. What's up, everybody? I'm Rob. This is the Pre-Show, tailored by Tweeds. When you are looking to level up your style game, come on down to any of the Tweeds brick and mortar locations, including right here in downtown Sarasota, St. Pete, Tampa, Orlando, Naples, and coming soon to Fort Lauderdale. This week's guest is Allison Imre, owner and CEO of Grapevine Communications. Welcome.
Thank you, Rob.
Absolutely. So, Allison, tell us a little bit about what your business focuses on and the kind of clients that you work with.
Okay. Grapevine Communications, we're a full-service marketing, advertising, public relations, videography, brand management firm. We have 23 members on our team who do everything from logo design to white paper writing to website development to custom app development and everything in between. We have, where there's a need, we have someone who is professional and road tested to fill it for our clients and their communication strategy. And our client roster is we're industry agnostic. We do our level best to maintain industry exclusivity within designated marketing areas, which means we don't want to bring on two custom suit makers in the same markets, then we're just competing against ourselves. So with that, we have a lot of nonprofits addressing multitude of verticals. We have an automotive dealership with multiple rooftops, and then we've got attorneys, we've got coaches, we've got insurance companies, we've got an individual who is working on creating scholarships for underserved populations. To identify one industry in which we specialize would be a misnomer. We're all over the place.
Got it. Cool. Well, switching gears a little bit, I understand that you worked previously in sports, specifically with the Kansas City Royals. Can you tell us a little bit about your role there and what that experience was like?
Sure. I am the youngest of three girls. My dad's a Green Beret, so when I came around, he said, "This will be my son." So growing up, sports was my life. So when I got the job with the Kansas City Royals, a little bit of back channeling. My brother-in-law at the time worked for Heart of America United Way, and he had a relationship with the Royals, so he kind of got me to the top of the pile. But I earned my spot. Ended up starting out as an intern there, turned into a paid position. But I worked directly with the marketing director, a gal named Suzanne Rayson. And so that meant being by her side at all times, managing our affiliate agreements for broadcasts, coming up with and managing the Ask the Royals segment where you email in questions, and I would go interview players, being on field for BP for special programming, engaging on-field promotions and stadium giveaways, sitting in a suite with George Steinbrenner at the age of 21 wondering, what am I doing here? So it was the greatest learning experience of my life insofar as understanding that that was the show. And being there, showing up early, staying late, knowing my business, being the smartest person in the room of very smart people, and then also massive humility, knowing that things are going to change every day, learning every day, understanding, I've got to be able to call off an ERA when it's warranted, and selling and monetizing and activating advertisers for a losing baseball franchise when the MLB was coming off a strike, and the only thing I had to sell were the fact that Sosa and McGuire were going after Maris's record, and neither one of those guys were in my uniform. It was a challenge, and that was my first professional understanding of finding solutions where solutions are not readily available. So it was a great springboard and a big wake-up call that the world of marketing communications is not easy. It's a lot of science, a lot of hustle, and ever-changing.
Awesome. Well, and so you were living in Kansas City, and you made the transition over here to the Suncoast. Can you tell us a little bit about that and why you decided to make the Suncoast area your home?
Sure. growing up, my grandparents retired down in Fort Myers. So my favorite memories are my family coming down here for 2 weeks every summer and being on Sanibel Island. So after college, I moved around like a gypsy quite a bit. And I lived in the Virgin Islands, I lived in Mexico, I lived in San Diego, Tahoe, New Orleans, Denver, Tampa, and then here. So when I landed here, it was kind of a fortuitous situation. The opportunity arose, I moved here, and it just automatically felt like home because it was very comforting. So I'm the black sheep of my family. Everybody else is still in Kansas City. I'm down here, but the longer I'm down here, the more time they spend down here, which kind of affirms my decision. So that was my journey.
That's awesome. Well, that is going to do it for the pre-show. Remember, when you're looking to level up your style game, come on down to any of the Tweeds brick-and-mortar locations. Check us out, tweedsuitshop.com. Follow us on Instagram. Stay tuned for a quick sneak peek of this week's upcoming episode. Allison Imre.
We kind of have this discussion, maybe disagreement on the podcast frequently because...
Disagreements never.
Well, Trey and Brad, they have businesses where, visibility is very important for their objectives. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Brad wants to hire more employees to grow his business. He's got a successful business here that, is not always the most visible because of the vertical they're in, right? They're selling Medicare.
And the newness of it. I mean, we're only 2 years old. So.
Right, and that too. And whereas, Trey, he has a roofing company. Everybody has a roof. Everybody knows what that is. Everybody needs one. More so because of insurance companies in Florida, right? My business and probably other people watching the podcast, it's not so much about visibility as it is, the right client and the right fit.
Understood.
So, and I think
Let me rephrase the question. Felipe feels because he's a boutique firm, financial investment company, that he should not market, that exclusivity diminishes when you market. Convince him otherwise.
I don't feel that way, but I'm going to allow that.
I like that.
I'm going to allow his line of questioning just because it's great for highlighting.
First of all, do you do commercial roofing? Any commercial? Okay, we need to talk.
He needs to do more of that, in my opinion.
Here's the thing. When it comes to understanding whether it's appropriate or whether it dilute my brand to market, we need to define marketing. So when you gave so much of your time and effort to be an ambassador for American Cancer Society and Men Wear Pink, you're marketing yourself. It's cause marketing. It's one of the best ways to grow long-standing affiliations. I can give you 100 examples of how cause marketing has worked time and time again. But that's marketing. So don't kid yourself. You are marketing, but you're marketing from a place of altruism.
And like more of a personal brand, like more personally branded.
So we've worked with a lot of people in your vertical. And some of them do want to be like the next, like stack them deep and sell them cheap kind of thing within their regulatory confines of the very restrictive industry.
Which are extensive, as you said.
Right. And then we've done a lot where we had a firm out of D.C. who very much wanted to, looked at what Fisher Investments was doing and talking about being a fiduciary versus... a
commissioned
certified, CFP or something like that.
I do like Fisher's marketing. My dad uses that a lot when he talks to clients.
It's very smart. It's very smart.
Everyone sees that commercial, so we can just kind of.
I've heard you echo the same thing.
Yeah. So we created that messaging, built his website in that vertical. We had another organization where one of the members of their senior leadership team was a CPA, a CFP. RFI, like registered RF fiduciary,
there's an alphabet soup of them in the industry.
LMNOP, But I mean, like, had all of that under one umbrella. So when we would do videos with her, we would anecdotally talk about, not from the sales perspective, but here's uniquely how I've been able to find solutions and fill deltas and be proactively involved for my clients because of these credentials. So it's a matter of storytelling. But you're right. You're not a billboard guy, probably.
I was going to say, help me.
No offense, Tweeds. Love your billboards.
I was going to say, help me win this argument.
More of a radio guy.
I got one coming.
Once and for all.
Is he more of a radio guy?
Well, you, like us, might better.
No reason for me to ever have a billboard.
It's not for billboard.
You don't need to be offering.
Radio.
You don't need to be offering coupons. You need to be.
No coupons. No
billboards. You need to be a
Educating.
resource.
I think you need to be educated.
Thank you. You need to be a trusted resource.
Yeah.
All right,
you need to be a trusted resource. Hey, I saw this guy. This was interesting to me. Maybe give him a call.
All right. I don't want to hear it, Trey. Thank you.
Everybody trying to be somebody. I just wanna be like me. Be like me.